Have you ever wondered why some men ignite a woman's desire almost effortlessly, while others, despite their best intentions, end up in the friend zone or watching passion die before it even begins? Maybe you tried being the nice guy, the attentive one who brings flowers, listens endlessly, and gives without expecting anything in return. And yet that sexual connection, that undeniable electricity keeps slipping away. That is the reality many men face. They believe desire is something you ask for, beg for, or patiently earn. But desire does not work that way. It is not negotiated, it is awakened. Desire is provoked, ignited from the depths of the female subconscious. If you have made it this far, it is because you sense the truth. There is something deeper at play than advice you have been given. There is a hidden code, an uncomfortable truth that goes far beyond romantic cliches or surface-level self-help. Sexual desire is primal. It does not respond to politeness or obedience. It is not activated by what you say, nor by empty compliments. It is activated by your presence, your control, your mystery, and your ability to awaken emotions she cannot name but deeply craves. Today, you are going to discover exactly how to do that. I will reveal the Machiavellian method for touching hidden psychological strings and igniting a silent addiction in her body and mind. This is not about cheap pickup tricks or reckless manipulation. What we are discussing is deeper, a profound understanding of female psychology and how desire truly functions. 5 invisible triggers. Psychological anchors that, when applied with strategic precision, allow you to ignite and sustain desire in a way that feels irresistible and uncontrollable. Machiavelli, the master of power and influence, said it with brutal clarity. Men are driven by present needs, and those who understand them gain control. We will not deceive, but we will understand. Because in the realm of desire, those needs are far more primitive and powerful than modern society wants to admit. Ignore them and you remain confused. Understand them and everything changes. So listen carefully. If you leave this now, you remain like the rest. The man who gives, waits, and watches his desire go unnoticed and unrewarded. But if you stay, you will see the game from the other side, from the perspective of the man who does not beg, who does not chase approval, and who creates attraction without effort. This is the man who lights a fire that leaves psychological marks without even needing to touch her. And once you understand this, you cannot unsee it. If your ambition is to join that top 1%, the men who understand desire at its core, then you are about to cross a line. And after this, she will never see you the same way again. Let me tell you the story of a man who was not the most handsome, not the richest, and not even the most physically imposing. Yet women who seemed unreachable felt an uncontrollable pull toward him. He did not chase them with endless messages. He did not buy expensive gifts. He did not overwhelm them with constant compliments or emotional availability. Instead, he observed. He listened with an attention that went beyond words, an attention that allowed him to sense her fears, contradictions, and unspoken desires. And when he spoke or acted, he did so with pauses, with precision, as if every gesture carried an invisible charge of power and desire. One day, a friend asked him his secret, intrigued by the strange magnetism he projected. The man smiled and answered calmly without hesitation. "I do not try to make them like me," he said. "I try to resonate in places where even they do not know desire can exist. I do not seek their approval," he continued. "I seek their surrender." Those words carried a confidence rooted not in arrogance but in understanding. This man did not learn seduction from social media or pickup forums. He learned it by observing human behavior and studying the minds that shape it. He studied Machiavelli, Carl Jung, and the great strategists of power and psychology. And through them, he discovered something few men ever realize. There are places in the female psyche that cannot be touched by hands or sweet words. They respond only to presence, mystery, and emotional force. These places awaken when a man carries calm authority, controlled desire, and the ability to stir emotion without explanation. And when you learn to recognize these places, to approach them with precision and restraint, you will never need to beg for desire again, because it will be she who seeks your closeness, who craves your presence, and who cannot forget you, even when she tries. Now we begin with the foundation. The first truth you must understand about desire is simple, but most men refuse to accept it. Predictability kills passion. At a subconscious level, women are drawn to what they cannot fully decode or completely control. Most men make a fatal mistake early on. They become an open book. They reveal their interests, plans, insecurities, and intentions too quickly. In doing so, they become predictable, and predictability does not feel exciting. It feels safe, familiar, and ultimately boring to the subconscious mind. Machiavelli, a master of concealment and impact, warned us never to reveal our cards too early. In desire, this is not about lying, it is about timing. Your mistake is simple. You act like a manual when you should be a mystery. Everything about you is available, explained, and easily understood. The Machiavellian solution is calculated ambivalence. Do not reveal your entire life on the first date or in the first few messages. Let there be layers. Let there be unanswered questions. Let her wonder what you do when you are not with her. What truly drives you. A man who is always available, who holds no secrets, becomes like furniture in the room, useful, familiar, but never desired. Ambivalence means your interest is not a certainty. There is attraction, but also distance. Desire lives in that space between yes and maybe. That uncertainty creates emotional tension, and tension is the true fuel of desire, not comfort or reassurance. She begins to invest mentally, trying to decode you, replaying conversations, searching for meaning beneath your words. Desire does not arise from safety. It arises from pursuit, from emotional edges, from what is not guaranteed. When she stands at the edge of an emotion she cannot fully understand, that is when desire begins to awaken. Now we move to the second pillar of desire, silent sexual authority. At a primal level, women are drawn to strength, direction, and the ability to lead without force or aggression. This is not dominance through control. It is a calm presence that communicates, I know what I want, and I know how to lead. Human desire, and female desire in particular, does not grow from what is easy to obtain. It grows from what feels earned. Most men, desperate to be liked, present themselves as easy rewards, fully available, emotionally open, and instantly accessible. This destroys perceived value, and when value disappears, desire follows. Machiavelli warned that mismanaged generosity leads to contempt. In attraction, giving too much too soon breeds indifference. Your mistake is presenting yourself as a gift when you should be a challenge. The Machiavellian solution is restraint. Never give yourself away completely, especially sexually or emotionally. This is not about being cold or manipulative. It is about letting intimacy feel earned, not automatic. Your desire is not an open invitation. It requires emotional, mental, and energetic investment. If she flirts, do not rush forward. Respond with calibrated intensity, a look or phrase that suggests more than it reveals. Let the tension build. Desire grows in anticipation, not instant gratification. If she seeks validation, do not hand it out freely. Let her earn it through genuine interest and effort. Restraint creates tension, and tension is the breeding ground of real desire. When she feels she has not fully conquered you, her passion intensifies. The mind obsesses over what is almost within reach, but not quite possessed. Make your desire something she must awaken, not something you surrender without effort. Desire often lives more in the mind than in reality. What someone imagines can feel far stronger than what they actually experience. Many people focus only on the obvious, never realizing that true connection often begins in the imagination. Carl Jung spoke of the shadow, the hidden parts of ourselves that influence our deepest desires. A common mistake is staying only in socially acceptable behavior, never exploring what is secretly intriguing. The solution is becoming a catalyst for someone's unspoken fantasies, not through words alone, but through suggestion, mystery, and presence. Subtlety is key. Imply more than you say, leave space for the mind to fill in. People are often drawn to what contrasts with their public persona. Someone may present themselves as careful or reserved, yet feel drawn to excitement, confidence, or mystery. You don't need to act recklessly, only to project self-assuredness and restraint. That balance between confidence and gentleness creates a magnetic attraction. Use nuance in conversation. Let your tone, timing, and expressions suggest more than words can. Instead of promising outcomes, create experiences of anticipation and intrigue. When someone is invited to project their imagination onto you, curiosity and attraction grow naturally. You become a person who inspires interest by offering what their conscious mind may not expect, but what resonates deeply. Desire thrives on unpredictability. If you are always available, always initiating, always giving, the reward loses its value. Most men make the mistake of becoming a never-ending source of sexual attention, a force she can turn on at will. Machiavelli taught that control of reward maintains loyalty. In desire, this translates to creating scarcity, not abundance. The Machiavellian solution is selective reward. Your intimacy, attention, and desire are not rights. They are privileges to be earned. This does not mean denying affection. It means your energy is measured, calibrated, and maintained with subtle distance. Create intensity, then step back. Let her miss you. Let her crave the next encounter instead of expecting it automatically. Do not always be the one to initiate. Let her chase you. Let her invest in earning your attention. When desire is not guaranteed, she obsessively works to reconnect with your spark. Scarcity activates dopamine, building craving. You become the one man who delivers a high that never turns monotonous. Desire intensifies because it is not predictable. Now, some may ask, is this manipulation? Let me be clear, it is not. Harmful manipulation is coercion, lying, or control. What we are discussing is mastery, awareness of human desire, and strategic understanding of psychological dynamics. You are not creating desire artificially. You are understanding existing instincts and working consciously with them. She already responds to mystery, authority, challenge, and fantasy. You are simply aware, intentional, and strategic. This is not predator behavior. It is mastery in the art of attraction, turning unconscious dynamics into conscious strategy. Final reflection: become the artist of desire. Stop being predictable, stop seeking approval, and stop projecting desperate desire. Be a strategist. Learn from every interaction. Observe reactions, glances, silences, dissect them. Desire is not a fairy tale. It is a battlefield of psychological dynamics. If you do not understand these triggers, you will not master passion. You will be ruled by indifference, frustration, and unfulfilled longing. Understanding desire's inner mechanics allows you to be intentional, aware, and in control. You awaken the fire rather than chase it. If this video sparked discomfort or revelation, that was the goal. Strategic truth is often uncomfortable, but necessary for mastery. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 pillars do you think is hardest to master? Which have you seen work most powerfully in real life? Your perspective is valuable. And if you want more content that speaks without filters about power, strategy, psychology, and attraction, subscribe to this channel. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who wants to reignite desire in their relationships. Remember, in the game of desire and in life, it is not the one who feels most intensely who wins. It is the one who understands, who is aware, and who acts strategically.